Out is obviously a beautiful message and a really necessary film, but honestly, the whole acting like a dog thing I thought was really bizarre and kind of gave it an almost silly approach. And I don't know, maybe they did that to make it seem more engaging or more interesting, but I felt like it just made it a little bit silly. Just those scenes, though. The rest of it I thought was quite beautiful. Well, in terms of the narrative, but I'll talk about the animation style in a second. This is a Disney SparkShorts from 2020, written and directed by Stephen Clay Hunter, and it's about a man who's just moved into a new home and he hasn't told his family that he's gay. And it's all about him. His boyfriend has encouraged him to tell his parents, and we can tell that he wants to, but he finds it very difficult to kind of get over the fear of saying those words out loud to his parents. And he has a dog, and the dog is very cute, and the dog has a very supportive and loving role in this. But the fact that Greg, the guy, kind of turned into a dog, that he didn't turn into a dog. It's hard to describe. He acts like a dog, and I just thought that was ludicrous. There was no need for that. If they wanted to get him out of the scene so that the actual dog could do what the dog did, which I won't spoil what the dog did, but they could have done anything. He could have been unpacking boxes or helping his father in the garden or literally anything. There was no need to include something so bizarre. And as I said, maybe they did it to make it more meaningful, or like more, engaging, or to give it another dimension. But it just felt like a cheesy gimmick, and I don't know, maybe you could argue he's not acting like himself, but at the same time, you don't need to behave like a dog to hide a secret. That's just nonsense to me. I've never known anybody to behave like a dog when they don't want to admit the truth. So it's just illogical, and it just ruined. Well, it didn't ruin it. I still enjoyed the animation, well, the narrative. But for me, I just felt like it was unnecessary, and it kind of took away from the seriousness of the message by saying, oh, well, if you don't want to tell your parents, just behave like a dog. No, that's not how it works. The actual dog in it, though, was rather wonderful. The animation style I don't like. I really do not like the animation style at all. That's a personal preference. The style itself is consistent. It has a kind of pleasing color palette, but the actual style of animation, for me personally, did not like it. But that's nothing wrong with the film. That's a personal preference. The whole acting like a dog, though, is something that I think is actually wrong with the film. Nevertheless, Disney have got an openly gay, well, I say openly gay character, openly gay to the audience character, and that's quite unique to Disney, or quite unique for Disney, sorry, and maybe they'll do more of that. And yeah, one can argue, as I'm sure some people will do, why do you need to have a character's sexuality mentioned in a film from Disney? Well, you see that, there are straight couples, so you know their sexuality. There's nothing wrong with two parents or whatever of the same sex in a Disney film without making it about sex. You can do that, and I think Disney may start to kind of branch into that. Hopefully, maybe, one day. We'll see. Out is definitely worth watching. The message is definitely well told, excluding the whole acting like a dog, which I just thought was just, I don't know, maybe they were trying to make it a kind of, no, I can't even justify it. I really can't. But the rest of it, apart from the animation style, I thought was pretty great. Definitely a film that everybody needs to watch.